Talk a little bit about your process at home. Like physically, where do you work?
I have an office in my house. We just moved a couple of years ago, so it's a decent sized room now, which is very nice. I used to work in the attic, which was a little unpleasant. I liked it because it was sort of Gothic, like it was a pointed attic in a house, so it was like, oh, when I first saw it, it was exposed beams. I'm like, this is going to be creepy and fantastic. Now I'm very happy I have air conditioning and a nice room I can walk around in. I face a big bookcase that's got a whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of comics, things I love. But in the middle is this sort of box of the influential stuff from my life. So art stuff. So it does have a Marc doll in it. It's got Calvin and Hobbes in it. It's got Osamu Tezuka books. It's got all this great stuff that just I can look at and be like, these are sort of my heroes, so to speak, creatively. And my process is that I fight with myself really hard to sit in a chair and do the work. And if I'm jazzed on something, again, like I said before, if I know in my gut this is going to work out, I can sit in that chair for a very long period of time. If I have any kind of question or any kind of doubt, it becomes that horrible game of I'm pretending to be writing, but I'm on Twitter and I'm checking emails and all that stuff. So. And I'm far enough away from everybody in the house that I'm pretty isolated, but not so far enough away that I don't know when people have come home, like my kids have shown up, so it's like, oh, I have to go say hi to my kids now, like it's very easy to go pop in.
Just real quick, speaking of Twitter, actually, one of the last questions I wanted to ask you was actually about social media, and particularly the pace now in which we consume entertainment, which is so fast. And I was curious if that has affected the way you write. Meaning, do you find that you pace things more quickly because we may or may not have shorter attention spans? Do you write differently to adjust to the changing audience?
Right. Not yet. Certainly not for comics. For me, it's the style of the writing comes after I know what the thing is. So, for example, I Kill Giants was I knew it was a self-contained story. I knew it was going to be relatively small. I wanted her to have very little dialogue. I was actually challenging myself to not blah, blah, blah so much, because in my superhero comics, I tend to do a lot of dialogue. So I knew what that was going to be. Something like Bad Dog, which is more adult and goofy or whatever, that's more of a just spread out, like I want to torture this character, so I don't care that a story might take 3 issues. So I sort of find the pace as the project evolves.
That's fantastic, actually. And so are you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
And you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Oh, this is great.